such an asshole.
Bloomberg, May 10th, 2023, written by Sarah Holder. No doubt someone who just is another journal who will die into obscurity. Where to meet people, internet searches spike amid loneliness epidemic. Search trends show that people are looking for friendship and community. Oh, really? What do they bring to the table? The U.S. Surgeon General says loneliness is at epidemic levels in a new report. Viewers searching for clues about the depth and severity of U.S. loneliness crisis. Look no further than your search bar. This week, Google Trends reported that searches for how to make friends and where to make friends and where to meet people had reached an all-time high. And it's significant jump. That's 2004, so it's doubled in the past 6 months alone, it looks like, which is significant. The loneliness epidemic in a search term. That's the title of the image. The U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy, totally hired on merit, released a report this month declaring loneliness and social isolation problems of epidemic proportions. He cited scientific studies showing that 1 in 2 American adults have reported feeling lonely even before the disease pandemic kept many people in their homes and away from public interactions. Loneliness also has grave impacts on people's physical health. Well, they don't care about that. They're fat, disgusting pigs, and they don't want to go outside. Oh, you're worried about the 300-pound guy jerking off to prom playing video games. You're worried about his mental health. Hey, he ain't got no friends. Do you know that's going to have a negative impact on his physical health? And is associated with elevated risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia in older adults with premature death. Well, maybe it could be like the gal that married herself. I did a couple videos back. Though there are many structural issues that are behind these feelings of disconnection, Google search trends reveal a potentially important one. More than ever, people are seeking spaces where they can build new relationships. In a world that's offering us instant connection through our iPhones and laptops, we can still fall short of fulfilling our innate need to connect, said Melanie Ross Mills, author of The Friendship Bond, in an email. There are no replacements for human connection. The human exchange of physical hugs, empathetic eye contact, understanding responses remind us that we need love to feel significant and secure in cultivating trusted relationships. Based on the internet data I've seen, there's one group of people that's a little less interested than the other. But let's continue. The Surgeon General's report describes points of these potential connections as social infrastructure. Oh my God. Here's, you guys want to see how out of touch. They used to rightly make fun of the 80s Christians, the religious right back in the day, as being out of touch with the community. And they'd always recommend this nerdy square stuff like Christian rock or Christian rap. And it just showed just how out of touch they are. The Democrats and socialists and leftists, they're kind of the same thing because they're so out of touch with like real human beings and real workers and what makes, social interaction connections. They think everything is a government plan. Everything is solved with a government check here. They get these social infrastructures. They can include libraries, parks, barbershops, volunteer groups, or even public transit systems that bring people together as they go about their daily lives. Social infrastructure may help a community by providing opportunities to foster social connections among residents, local leaders, and community-serving organizations, the report reads. Let me tell you what fosters community. Sex, there it is. Whatever the guy who said that thing is everything's about sex. Here's how it works. It's the bar model, like a drinking bar. Why do you have ladies' night? Because the men want the ladies. So you have ladies' night so the girls show up. Then the men follow. There's your culture. There's your society. Now, while everyone's chasing tail, you will also have a community. Very common in ballroom dancing. Like, oh, they're offering swing dancing at this place. All the hot girls are going, hey, let's go there. And all of a sudden you end up meeting everybody because everybody's there. Once that went away, once people started pairing off or the hot girls stopped showing up, there was no prospect of finding girls there anymore. The social situation died. The only real place, maybe church, okay, maybe the fraternal organizations, but ain't no one going to the library or the subway. Sex is the intrinsic value of female youth and beauty, but I guess fertility ultimately is the intrinsic value of people going out and being social. I'll be perfectly honest. Like, okay, I got my girl. Once I got my girl, man, I didn't care to go out ballroom dancing anymore. I do things I really, really, really wanted. It was fun doing ballroom dancing. I won't lie, but man, motorcycle riding, hiking, usually one person solo sports. And yeah, I've gone out, tried to play volleyball, but even there, the meetup groups, like, there's another example. I would go legitimately to go running, mountain climbing or whatever. But usually what would happen is all these girls would say they're going to show up, and all the guys would show up, the girls wouldn't show up. And then guess what happened the next week? No, not even the guys would show up. But yeah, okay, you soulless, emotionless, sexless, romanticless leftist with your little government we just said I remember they're building in they actually thought the light rail was like, and then you'll go downtown. Why? Where everyone gets shot. You buy yourself some food and get yourself a shirt. Like, oh, is that your economics there? Well, some strands of the loneliness crisis are better addressed by mental health supports, which I'm sorry, empirically, it doesn't seem to work. Everyone's getting more mentally ill, not mentally better. Public health interventions and political changes. Oh, yeah, you public sector guys. Yeah, the government's just done a great job. Thank you very much. A 2019 paper by Alan Lantham, Jack Layton argues that municipalities have a large role to play in investing in social infrastructure. Just more government money. Hey, guys, I don't have to look you two schmucks up. I don't have to look you up. I just know you. I know you guys. You have no desire to actually solve the situation by having a responsibility put on the people. You just want more government money and more this time municipal government programs. Municipalities have a large role to play in investing in that social infrastructure. Recreation spaces with a diversity of uses, adequately funded public libraries. Nobody is meeting anyone at public libraries. I don't know. How about this? You stop making it borderline illegal to ask a girl out. How about that? With that, maybe? Comfortable street benches, playful architecture, lively public squares, and an equitable spatial distribution of all these goods can all strengthen a city's social fabric. You guys don't have a single friend in your lives. You're golem. You're socialist little golems. Can all strengthen the city's social fabric. The University College London researchers and parasites write, you guys aren't real people. You're not real humans. You are academics. You're theoreticians. You do not live in the real world. Please stay in your little ivy towers there. And a city like that can come closer to offering people real life answers to their internet search queries. All right. Now, as academics, they always get it wrong. You guys know I am no not complainer about the lack of social life and the lack of friends, especially as you get older, though this was going on long before the disease and anything like that. A lot of things chalking up to wedding and marriage and children. A lot of it chalked up to just your career in life takes you different directions. So I went to great lengths to go and find a social, because humans are the most important thing in life. But one thing that is more recent than the causes for dying social lives that have been with humans for most of human time, more recently, there's been a trend, not a phenomenon, but a reality, a fact, a phenomenon that has occurred that has made it harder for people to find friends and certainly find romantic partners. And that is it. People suck. Oh, I know the internet has atomized us and all that other stuff. I know everyone's on their phones and all that. But here's another thing. Have you noticed how people suck more? The At least in the 80s, as kids, we'd go hop on our bikes, we'd go adventure, we'd just explore new things. We were still like, we touched grass. But internet or not, more recently, have you noticed most people suck? And my generation, they didn't stay good. They suck too. Everyone's getting fat. Everyone's getting lazy. No one has deep philosophy. No one has interesting conversations. No one exercises their mind. And that's the only real reason you hang out with anyone is for their mind, not their physique, although physically, maybe for men and women, that is. But I get a lot of guys and some gals too. They're like, I'm having trouble making friends, da 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 da. I'm like, well, did you try this? Yeah. Did you try that? Yeah. All right. Well, what's wrong? I don't really click with anyone. They all want to watch the sports ball game and drink beer, and then they don't really say anything intelligent. And it's loud. It's like, yeah, you know what? What is it? I know your problem. Yeah, what is it? They suck and you don't. You want to whatever, go hang gliding. You want to do this. You want to get your master's degree. Whatever. You want to talk philosophy. You want to, and these people want to drink diet beer and eat their wings and hork it down, and then cheer on the sports ball team. And if you're particularly younger, say 35 and under, holy cow. Now it is all your general population suck. They're conformists, they're robots. Oh wow, you're another Democrat who wants to help out the little people. You got student loan debt, you're going to major in the liberal arts, you're going to be exactly the same blade of grass as everyone else. You can't make friends with robots. You can't make friends with rocks. You can't make friends with people who are not human beings or a human mind or independent intellectual or independent thought. If there's no intellect there, it's just regurgitation points. This is why I can't imagine how boring it is for your average young Democrat if you are independent minded. Like, that social life has just got to suck. What is it? Oh my God. Look, I posted 40 trans flags on my social media today. You even have a real human connection. You all agree with you. Like, the Borgs weren't throwing great parties. You know what I'm saying? The Borg was, they were the Borg. They were a robot. They weren't even, they weren't alive. And so you're like, oh man, I can't, I'm lonely. Yeah, you should be. There's no humans out there. And so before you beat your head against the wall, like I did many times before, acknowledge some of the trends that normally happen as humans get older. They get married, they get kids, they come back after the divorce. You get old, you lose your energy, you lose the will to live. People go into debt, they got to work. The novelty of going out and being fun and social dies out. People move away, they get different jobs, they get a career, whatever else. But I'm not joking. Half of the reason you can't find friends is because people suck. Here's another thing, being like, you might suck. You go out like, man, all these people are boring. Are you boring? Are you another cookie cutter Democrat voting? I live in the city where all the action is, and oh, geez, man, I got to pay off my student loan debts and kicking around getting my master's. And I did watch the Game of Pointy Chair Throne show. Oh, yeah, I watched that too. I have the exact same opinions the New York Times tells me to have. Well, if you're one of those people and you're tired of those people, then you suck too. And the first thing to finding not sucky people is to not suck yourself and go do things that you really like, not what you're told to do. Almost exclusively now, most of the people I hang out with hike. So guess what? You go on the hiking trails, there's hikers out there. They like to hike. But listening to these, look, you want to talk about two robots, the two schmucks, these two professors that wrote this research. Only the Borg, only truly non-thinking human beings would come out. We need more municipally funded libraries in the subway. That's where people meet. You need tits and ass. And occasionally, maybe they grant the guy, they give the guy a little bit of play. Maybe they go on dates. Don't even get me started about how you're going to need, everyone's got to look better. Everyone needs to go on a diet and everyone needs to look pretty. And then we got to stop doing with this tattoos and piercings and ugly hair. But that ain't going to happen because I know that requires going to the gym and people actually developing a real personality or a soul, heaven forbid, or an intellect. I could just dye my hair pink and oh my God, I'm pansexual. Yay, trans flags. Totally am. I wonder why guys aren't asking out girls. Why aren't the nightclubs hopping tonight? What do you mean we had to shut down that venue? All right. We got any super chats? We got one. Hat clogs, $2. Please stop. Go to bed, old man. Why? What? Am I off? Am I off the what is it that bad? This is futile. America says social. Why is my internet that bad? Small like my circus community. Quality. Said it. No one's complaining about it. Right here. This is what I'm talking about. Jaden, 19-year-old senior year, there were at least 2 girls who wore elf ears to school every day, not to mention the furries and train. I would drop out. I'd go homeschool. Or I'd go right off to college. I would leave immediately. No. All right. That's it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.